Let us look at part 2 of the speaking test. You might know that in part 2 of the speaking test, you have to speak for 2 minutes and you are given a cue card on which the topic is given to you. Some points are given about that topic and you're given 1 minute to prepare what you have to say. And after that 1 minute is over, you have to speak for 2 minutes. Now let us see what you have to do in that preparation. For 1 minute, you can read and try and collect some ideas on all the aspects of this topic, which is on the cue card. So let's do this as an example. Describe something you did that was new and exciting. Now, you must focus on the requirement for this task, which is you have to talk about something which is new and exciting that you did. Now, what could it be? What do you think are new and exciting things? For some people, it may be learning how to do something, for instance, some skill like cooking, driving, some new activity is being learned. That can be new and exciting. Or it can be going for an adventure. It can be going traveling, which can be new and exciting. So there can be any kind or kinds of activities, and you can just first of all decide which activity you want to talk about. Once you've thought about that, you should say what you did, when and where you did it, who you shared this activity with. Now, one very important thing for you to look at over here is that what is the verb? You did. Did is the past tense of the verb do, which means that whatever you say is in the past. There was a time in the past when you did this activity. You did it in the past. You're not doing it now, right now. But you learned how to do something in the past that was new and exciting. So that is important because you have to then use the past tense throughout these 2 minutes that you speak. You have to use the past tense. Now you can start by saying, once I learned how to drive a car. So I learned, that means it's in the past. I started to learn how to drive a car. I found that very exciting. So I found that, again, past tense. So throughout, please make sure that the tense is used consistently. Don't mix the tenses by saying do at some points, or does, or did. All the time you should be using the past tense here. Now, when and where you did this, so that gives you a hint as to what you should say next. Now, next what you can say is, did you do this activity as a child? Did you do it as a teenager? Did you do it when you were grown up? And where you did it? So, did you learn how to do this through an instructor? Or did you learn how to do it at your home? So, what and where did you do? And then, who you shared this activity with? That is, did you do this activity all alone? Or did you have someone else with you to accompany you? Say, for example, cooking. So you did something new and exciting. You learned how to cook some new recipes. But you did not do that activity alone. You worked with some friends and together you did that activity. Or it can be that you did it alone. So you decided that you are going to do this all by yourself. So all these give you sufficient amount of material with which you can build up your 2-minute talk. Finally, there is also a need to explain why this activity was new or exciting for you. Why did you find it new or exciting? What is the reason for that excitement? Was it to be able to learn a new skill? Is that what you found exciting? Did you find that there was something very adventurous about it? That was what was new and exciting. You had not done something before And you can say something like, I like to learn new things. That is why I found this activity new and exciting. Now remember that here you can use the present tense. Here you can use the present tense. Here you can say, I found this activity new or exciting because I like to learn new things. So you can see that when you use the present tense, you're saying, I like to learn. That means still you like to learn new things. It wasn't only in the past that you learned new things, but you still like to learn new things. And you can say about the future also. You can say that you hope that you will be learning many or doing many new and exciting things in the future. So this whole cue card topic, speaking for 2 minutes, demands the dealing with the actions in the past mainly, but can be actions in the present or future towards the end of the 2 minutes. So try to put down a few points and a little bit of vocabulary. So I've talked about tense, now about vocabulary also. So you can use certain adjectives other than new and exciting. What other adjectives you would use? You could say something like enjoyable, adventurous, fascinating, interesting. So if you use many of these kinds of words in your 2 minute speech, that will show that you have good control of vocabulary, that you have use of words that you can make. Also, it is very important that the cue card is also the basis for the third part of the speaking test, where you will be asked more questions about the same topic. But these questions will be general questions. They won't be about what you did, but they can be general. I'll just give you an example of such discussion topics. For example, a question could be, why do people like to do new things? What problems can people have when they try out new things?